Ilaga, 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 ilaga.
Welcome, dear listeners, to NNRO famous program Meet the Guest, presented by NSGAP. Our guest for today is His Royal Highness Chief Fosano from Nwangong Fondom, who is resident in the US. Our US correspondent met with His Royal Highness Chief Fosano. He talked to NNRO about his fondom. He also talked to NNRO about his private life and about the role of the chief in maintaining peace in the NWEH land. Our NNRO correspondent to the US, Mr. Asong Vincent, met with His Royal Highness Chief Fosano and brought back this report. Let's listen to him.
NNRO at the residence of His Royal Highness Chief Fosano of Nwangong. Thank you very much, His Royal Highness, for accepting to talk to NNRO.
You are welcome. Thank you, NNRO. Welcome to my palace.
Tell us a little bit about His Royal Highness Chief Fosano.
Thank you once more, NNRO, the Guyan journalist that you are, for giving me this opportunity to talk to my people through NNRO TV. I am Chief Fosano, Chief of Impungala Village. This is in Nwangong Fondom. I'm a tech-class chief, and I've been sitting on this throne since 2021, make me 10 years that my father departed and chose me to be his next of kin. So this is 10 years today that I've been sitting on this throne.
What is your relationship? What is your relationship with your people, the Nwangong people?
They are very cordial. They are very nice. They are very good. We are working hands in hands, even though the situation today, it does not permit us to meet on daily basis, but I'm still in very good standing with my population. I'm working in hand to hand so with the Fund of Nwangong and any other official authorities assigned into the Lebialem division.
What are the chiefs of Lebialem doing with their population with regard to the current crisis in Lebialem?
That is a very pertinent question. As you can see, we, the chiefs, the funds, the traditional rulers of Lebialem are kind of caught up in between what is going on right now in our country, Cameroon.
Do you think your people love you the way they used to love you, or do you think something has changed?
I would say yes. The love is still there.
When I say you, I mean you, the chiefs,
yes,
and the funds of Lebialem.
I would say yes, because we were not elected to be where we are today. It's by inheritance. And this tradition has been since generations to generation, and it will continue. It will not end after us. So the people, our people, they still love us. They are still working hands in hands with us, even though there is a little bit of gap looking at the insecurity governing our beloved villages, fondoms today in Lebialem.
Do you think the actions of Lebialem chiefs, funds, is good enough with regards to this current crisis?
Well, as I said earlier, we are caught in between this situation. We have our hands cut off. But regardless of that, we are still working. We are putting our best in to stay connected to our population, to our fandoms, our villages, and also we have no choice because we are auxiliary to administration. We have to work hands in hands also with the government. If not, in both sides, we are being regarded as betrayers.
Now, you are supposed to be the custodian of our tradition, the BLM tradition. The chiefs and the fonds, the traditional rulers, are supposed to be the custodians or are the custodians of the BLM culture. What have you, as a body, done to assist the suffering people of the BLM who are suffering innocently as a result of the current Anglophone crisis?
That is a good question as well. And now I will promise you and I will tell you this today. Chief Fosano sitting here cannot on his own take care of the entire BLM community or people. We all have our own administrative communities assigned to us, our villages, our fandom, that I believe if each and every one of us does their own part in their own various little community, village or fandom, the global impact will be met. So on my own side, 2 years ago, looking at the suffering of my people, especially those from Wangong that are gathered in Chang today, I initiated a project from my sons and daughters in the USA, in the United States of America, and we came up with a huge sum of money that we used to buy foodstuff to send to our people who are suffering home, because we understood what they are going through. They are suffering, they need our support, they need us.
Do you still have people living in Wangong today? Or
For
they
sure.
have all escaped to Chad?
For sure. People, as you said, peace is returning gradually. It's not complete, but it's returning gradually to our various fandoms. And let me assure you, the people of Wangong, in their numbers, never went out. Some of them did, but not all of them, as in compared to some other areas.
Okay, your father had a school, I remember. Can you tell us a little bit about the school? And it seems the school no longer exists. What are your plans?
Right. You are right. And then my father had this school called Mobicol, Modesty Bilingual Comprehensive College, ALO, MBCC. A lot of our people here have studied there. So unfortunately, I was still very young when he was operating the school as a proprietor. Because of some little mismanagement, I may say, he decided to shut down the school.
So what are your plans? Do you think you will one day reopen the school?
For sure. I had this in plans when I took power, when I sat on the throne since 2011. That was one of my immediate projects that I wanted to do, because my land is still there and the school authorization is still very functional. So I had a plan to revive, to bring back the school, if not, bring back another project that will benefit the population of BLM as a whole, and those of Mwameto, Mwangong, Mongbing, and its environment as well.
Okay. What do you have for your population? I mean, one last word to the population of BLM and Mwangong in particular.
My dear people, Mungdakola Mbete Jawa, this is her for Sano War. Nonsiba Mbe, Mba Mo, Mba Goko. Mba Mansazoa Nortema, before Sungo, before Mangong. Mda Zora, my other Nortema, before them. nda zo ofurlo wo ifo sota ifo mbamambo nda zo foto andungate ifo zimongia ifo zimongbing ifo nju meto non so bo nsata wo non so zo obo ela ebe le bia lem ngong le bia lem ebe ngwi ngwashum ebe bo afofo me America Europe Canada ala nda shunta belega bebu inza bingzem man kongle ngong ze be kuza we ambo mo phone to man gwa ba mo phone to me kamala be uza we man kongma amo le la ze be wa abu atebe bo be ba ku khamo me fa be ba ma me fa ma me za la shunta lega be salega ambo men no abale ke ba wota wa ala azabo and bobi bale wa afu bo ba on se shunta daga bo ba together bo work as because ala work before bo za continue le honor la femme a respect because c'est famille et continue le comme aba because comment ala lo go men
What advice do you have for NNRO, the CEO and the team?
NNR TV, that's the NWEH. You guys are doing an amazing job. So far, I have took my time to sit down and watch how you guys are operating. It is very good. You might still be new on the field, but let me promise you and tell you today, you are doing a fantastic job. Keep it on, and you have my support in everything you guys do. Just keep it on.
Thank you very much for accepting to talk to NNRO. That was His Royal Highness Chief Osano of Umangong talking to NNRO TV. Thank you, dear listeners. Stay tuned.
We thank you, Mr. Asun Vincent, for that report. We also thank Your Royal Highness Chief Osano for creating time from your tight schedule to speak to NNRO. NNRO wish you success. NNRO also pray that your plans to continue with your father's legacy should be fulfilled. Dear listeners, we have come to the end of this newscast. Stay tuned to NNRO. I am NS Cap.
Sonko, Songagap, Chega Bless, qui fort. Papité, papité, bon bien, papité. Papité, papité, bon bien, papité. Papité, papité, bon bien, papité. Oda nous obè Songagap,
Adam Zawate Bange, Adam Zawate Bange, Adam Zawate Bange, Adam Zawate Bange.